So it could happen. It could happen quickly. And, I think from an institutional point of view, then, I think we're going to see a serious move in. And what's interesting about that is the number of Bitcoin outstanding now is 19-ish million, and the maximum will be 21 million. If institutions want to move in, that's going to be a lot of incremental demand for not that much more incremental supply. So the only way to then do that is to bid the price up if they really want to be a part of that. We tend to be 5 years in our predictions. So the 5 to 7 year forecast is in base case would be 650,000, and then bull case would be about double that.
Today, we have something truly exciting to discuss: Cathie Wood's remarkable predictions about the future of Bitcoin and the entire crypto market. Stick around to find out why her insights are causing waves in the crypto community.
Well, we're in the news for our Bitcoin ETF filing, and because it's with the SEC, we cannot say anything. But I really do believe that the SEC is going to lose the grayscale case, and that's going to happen pretty soon. And that one of the ways that the SEC could respond is to turn around and change the subject and approve not just one Bitcoin ETF, but a lot of the ones that are on the docket right now. So it could happen. It could happen quickly. And, I think from an institutional point of view, then, I think we're going to see a serious move in. And what's interesting about that is the number of Bitcoin outstanding now is 19-ish million, and the maximum will be 21 million. If institutions want to move in, that's going to be a lot of incremental demand for not that much more incremental supply. So the only way to then do that is to bid the price up if they really want to be a part of that.
And we're going to throw a couple of minutes over, but your Bitcoin prediction at one point is $1 million a coin. Are you still a big believer in Bitcoin?
Yes, absolutely. Ever more so. First, global, private, no government oversight, digital, rules-based monetary system the world has ever known. That's a big idea. And we think the total crypto asset market in 2030 will be valued at roughly $25 trillion. Right now, it's a little over $1 trillion. And we think that Bitcoin is going to be more than half of that.
Do you have a prediction for this year or next year, 2024?
We tend to be 5 years in our predictions. So the 5 to 7 year forecast is in base case would be 650,000, and then bull case would be about double that. Yeah, I think institutions will be a big part of it. This is a new asset class. Very low correlations with any other asset class, except at extremes in all markets. The correlations go to 1. So yes, and I think a Bitcoin ETF approval will help. I think judicial clarity, legislative clarity is all going to happen within the next few years. This is an election year issue. I already know some young people who have switched their allegiance when it seemed like Elizabeth Warren was going to lead the Democrats into the anti-crypto world. I know of some young individuals whom I never thought would change their allegiance, shifted from Democrats to Republicans. Now it's becoming a little more bipartisan in the legislative branch, and I think it is because it's becoming an election year issue. And so you can't be on the wrong side of young people and win an election.
Yeah, that is awesome. So just two last questions. So Coinbase is still one of your largest holdings in the crypto space.
Yes.
You believe in Coinbase still, like big time?
Oh, yes, absolutely. We think it's going to be the institutional on-ramp. It signed the deal with BlackRock, and I think that was a very big deal in terms of
Okay.
Larry Fink. Larry Fink is now all about Bitcoin. And so it's getting much more institutional focus. You will remember there was a time when Larry Fink said Bitcoin is environmentally a menace. And I don't think he's talking about that anymore, because actually Bitcoin is solving some environmental problems now that Exxon is putting Bitcoin mining machines into natural gas fields, so that instead of flaring the natural gas, it can be used to mint Bitcoin. So and utility ecosystems are using it to in their solar ecosystems. When the sun's created too much energy, it'll pour into Bitcoin mining, and they can overbuild solar and wind. So this is the convergence so we have a very strong point of view about what's going to happen to interest rates. We think they're going to fall, and surprisingly so, because we think the bigger risk out there is not inflation, it is deflation. And you can tell me, oh, these economic statistics are saying the economy is fine. You take a look at some of these earnings reports, and the headline will be, oh, they beat their revenue and earnings. But what happens if you look deep into it? The guidance has been falling for a long time, and many companies are showing little to no nominal growth. So forget about inflation. Nominal revenue growth is diminishing, and by some measures, real revenue growth has been negative in units terms for the last 2 quarters on a year-over-year basis. Well, I think we've dropped inflation from 9% in June of 22 to 3%, a little over 3% headline CPI in July of this year. So it's coming down, and money growth is negative on a year-over-year basis, down more than 3%. It's been negative since the beginning of the year. And monetary policy operates on the economy with a lag. So we actually think there's going to be a harder landing than most people think. And certainly when it comes to profit margins, now that all of these companies are agreeing to these huge wage bills. In a very unhealthy market, what tends to happen is the market narrows, and a lot of people have been concerned that the Magnificent Seven have taken so much oxygen out of the room in terms of this year's rally. What gratified us in the first 6 months of the year is, despite not owning any of the Magnificent Seven except for Tesla, we outperformed even the Qs. And we owned a slight bit of Meta, but a partial position. That tells us that the bull market in innovation is broadening out. And that's a healthy development for innovation. As for the rest of the market, I don't know. I think there's going to be a lot of disruption and dislocation in the traditional world order because of innovation. So I'm happy to see innovation is broadening out in terms of the market rewarding it. We'll see if that happens for the market as a whole, for the broad-based indices.
In conclusion, Cathie Wood's unwavering faith in Bitcoin and her bold predictions for its future have left the crypto community buzzing with excitement. Her insights, grounded in institutional adoption, regulatory clarity, and the growing interest of younger generations, paint a bright picture for the crypto market. With the potential for Bitcoin's price to reach between $650,000 to $1.3 million within the next 5 to 7 years, and the overall crypto market expanding to $25 trillion, it's evident that the digital frontier is full of opportunities and advancements. Cathie's belief in Coinbase as a significant player in this space, coupled with her optimism about Bitcoin's role in solving environmental challenges, highlights the potential for transformative changes ahead. As we navigate this dynamic landscape, Cathie Wood's perspective serves as a valuable compass, guiding us towards potential prosperity in the world of cryptocurrencies.